If you're here for square bodies, you're in luck. If you're here for ATCs, ATVs, and some classic three-wheelers, you're also really in luck. And if you haven't seen the trend yet, it's after 5. It's well after 5, and we're doing our morning video that we try to do every morning because we get so busy we never get a chance to do it. So instead we do it at the busiest time of the day. But we're going to get it done either way because we appreciate you guys that are watching. Every day I probably get 10 to 15 phone calls from people that watch, follow between TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I was not a media guy whatsoever, but I have really found that we can show you guys and showcase our vehicles far better than anything else I can do by doing this. So, proud to bring you one that, who's driving that? That needs to be in a video too, but that's our Raptor with the PPF wrap on it. AJ. Oh, AJ's blocking a lot, okay. This truck is not for sale at this time. You guys remember, if you're really good followers and faithful long-term followers, about 6 months ago to a year ago, I had one I called the Survivor. This truck almost trumps the Survivor. Matter of fact, I think it does trump the Survivor, which was an amazing truck, and the right customer came along, and he did talk me out of it. It's okay. It made its way to the other side of the coast, from the left coast to the right coast, or right coast to the left coast, whichever way you look at it. And man is thrilled with it. And I'm happy it went to the right home. We're more about that. I told somebody earlier, these trucks sell themselves. You know, I've got a list of people waiting for this and a list of people waiting for that. If I call one on that list and they buy it, great. If I call 3 on the list and one buys it, I only have one truck to sell if they're looking for a particular combination. Unfortunately, we're not going to put this one for sale yet. I am going to drive this truck. I am going to take it to some shows, and I'm going to let people come by and relish in the fact. I'm going to do something different. Christian, I'm going to flip it around on you real quick.
Oh, why?
So Christian just brought this truck over.
Yep.
And what did you say?
I said there's no noises. I thought it had dynamat all throughout the interior because I couldn't hear any rattling or road noise or nothing.
So Christian thought this was a fully restored truck, when in fact it is a fully original 19,000 mile 1979 truck.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? I mean, I know that's what you said, but what?
Yeah.
Tell people what.
I said I can't hear myself thinking half of the other stuff around here.
It is so refreshing to have a truck.
Oh, bye guys.
Bye, Christian. Back to me. Like this. And that was the way the Survivor truck was. I got it from the original owner. It was a very blessed situation. Well, this one, I didn't get it from the original owner, but I did get it from the guy that got it from the original owner, stored it, and did get the actual original 1979 title that's like this big. Crazy history with the truck. I told Daniel and Brian to do what they wanted. This is what they decided on. It has about a 2-inch replacement spring lift because no matter how nice or how well a truck is kept, the bushings and the rubber is going to eventually go bad, especially once you start driving it. So replacement complete springs, dog dish hubcaps, automatic locking hub still in place with a BF Goodrich style tire. Looking tire. This is the general. It's just a little bit more era correct, I think, for the look of the truck. I let them use their thinking cap, and I am thrilled with how it turned out. Now the cool part about this truck is it has a decor package. It has the racetrack trim. It's a K20. And it has all the original paperwork and documents from the day it was brand new. The gauges, the needles are as bright orange as a highlighter could make them if you wanted to fake them, but they are completely original. The AC works on this truck. The trim is proper. The door panels are not busted up. The lower door panels are in great shape. The bottoms of the doors are seamless. The sticker is not painted over because the truck has not been painted. A little export thing from Canada. Good thing it didn't come from Canada now because the tariffs would eat it alive. It's got a bed cover that was probably put on it when it was fairly new because it is the drilled in snap style. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, you drilled into the side of the truck. Well, if you like a truck like this, you want it to be as era correct as possible, and that is era correct. Little GM sticker on the back window, still crisp and clear like the day it was new. Now, I'm not going to say, because I have not owned this truck since 1979 personally, that it didn't have a fender bender and they painted a little piece, or they painted a little piece, because I don't know. I have no idea. But I can tell you, you can look at the bright work and you can look at the finish on this truck, and it is freaking spot on. I'd open the tailgate, but we got to take these snaps off, and I will do that for a future video, because in there is plywood with some little built-in little storage areas that somebody did because you couldn't buy that stuff back then. So you want to talk about grandpa era correct, it's grandpa era correct. The tail lights still have nice luster, they still have the stainless around them. The gas gauge works. The doors open and close like frickin' butter. The carpet still sparkles. The original radio still in the dash that still works. That's not a retro radio. Owner's manual, paperwork and documents, GM protection plan. It was undercoated with a Bodyguard undercarriage spray. There's the paperwork for that when it was brand new. In 1979, it had 598 miles, and that cost them $145. And Gearhart Chevrolet Incorporated in New Jersey, if you guys are still around, maybe you want this truck. Can't have it yet. I'm not done with it. We're going to use it for some content. We're going to use it for some of our square body lovers to come by and see. I can assure you that we could probably market selling the ability to sit in that seat on the passenger side, and if it doesn't bring back memories to your dad and your grandpa that are priceless, you just leave us a tip on the seat. How about that? Maybe that's the new business we need, Christian. Just come sit. We'll just go fill the showroom with different models of cars and make sure they have the right smell in them, and you just come sit in it for however long you need to relive your childhood. And if that's not priceless, nothing is. And you think I'm joking about that? Any of you customers that have bought these, or any of you guys that have these trucks and you literally sit in it and relish in memory of things, make a comment, because I can assure you it makes the hair on my arm stand up, and currently my oozing wound, thinking about what it does to think about my father, my grandfather, even my great-grandfather, that I rode in no car seat, didn't have a car seat, with them, and this was the truck we rode in. I told my brother Daniel a story the other day. My grandfather got a call on a Sunday. Well, it was probably late on a Saturday night, and this would have been in the 80s. And for you guys that are local, Bodacious Motorsports Park, big time place to go play. My grandfather had a 70s model Chevrolet truck. We went over to his house prior to church, or just around church, and he said, hey, we got some bad news. A very close friend of the family that was a drag racer had been in a life-threatening car accident at the drag strip, and basically was on life support, thinking he was going to die. Well, there was no cell phones. There was only landlines. My other two uncles, which were very close friends with this friend of the family, were at this event, and their truck had broken, so they had no way home. So they somehow found a way to make a phone call to my grandparents. At the same time, my grandparents got this phone call about our family friend that was dying in the hospital. So my dad said, well, we got to go get him. So me, my dad, and my grandfather got in the truck with a trailer and headed to Powhatan, or Cumberland it is actually, an hour away. Again, in the 80s, in a 70s model square body truck. And I was a kid, and I remember like it was yesterday. What I really remember was they were in such a hurry, it was such a bad situation, they'd actually broken the transmission, I think, in half of my uncle's big lifted 80s model square body truck that was almost new at the time, on 40-inch groundhogs, I think, if I remember right, maybe 38s. Because they didn't tell them the news yet, because they didn't want them to freak out. So we get there, we rush there, we load the truck, and we tell them what had happened. Well, then we also realized we had 5 people to ride back home in that truck right there, basically. So guess who rode in the bed? This guy, while the 4 of them sat in the front talking about bad stuff, you know, because they didn't know if he was going to pass before they got back. There was no phones. They didn't know. He could have already died. Thankfully, he pulled through. He's still a very dear friend of the family. He's still a very avid racer. Now his son races, and a pillar in the community of drag racing, and we call him a very close friend. But the four of them squeezed in the front of a regular cab truck while I rode in the bed of the truck, towing a square body behind it. And again, chill bumps on your arms kind of thing. Never forget it. Never forget it. My uncle still has that truck. There's a story with the truck. I think my dad bought it almost new. Actually, I think my uncle bought it almost new. My dad bought it from him. Then my uncle bought it back. Then my grandfather bought it. Now my uncle has it. And one day we'll do something with it because it's a cool truck and I like to see him get it going again. That's what these square bodies are all about. This one I'm going to decode. I'm going to take the time, guys, to go over the order sheet with you. I'm going to take the time to go through everything. That's why I'm not worried about selling it. I can't duplicate this truck. I can't replace this truck. The colors are amazing. The look of the truck is amazing. The ride and drive of the truck is amazing. And Christian just drove it over here. Christian thought it was dynamatted with extra padding and everything. It's freaking completely original and stock. So, and nice and quiet. Little mellow tone from the exhaust. And that's about it. So, for the other side of you guys that are watching and real quickly learning that I have a absolute serious problem and we may have to find a facility for me, let's close this because we may not get back over here. And again, realize also, guys, when you buy one of these trucks, just like the one I told you that we missed out on, you already gave me the keys. The door locks work, the keys work, everything works, but we did change the 4x4 hubs out for him. We did add the power steps. Any of that stuff is fine. No problem to do whatsoever as long as the shop schedule can take care of it. Any of these trucks can be carried to a different level. That's what that whole building is full of. We'll get back over there tomorrow. But for now, you guys are going to see these for the first time of me seeing them. And this is one of 3 trailer loads that I have to still unload, that I have not unloaded. And it's a mixed bag. I know what's in here, but I haven't seen it in person. I haven't seen any of these units in person, actually. I bought them all offline. We'll start with this one. It's a KLT Kawasaki. Now there's actually 4 of these, and they're going to make for a very, very exciting video because these were actually bought new for the Shriners and used in parades and then put away. And a follower of our channel, as well as now a customer, because we've done business, had these. These could be some of the most unique and original bikes possibly that we have found, and in a Kawasaki. Now there's guys online like this old trike. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Preston is an amazing guy. He goes through the Honda stuff like no tomorrow. And I love the Honda stuff, and I have put together most all of them, not all of them, but a lot. And so I'm doing something a little different. I like the Kawasaki's, the Suzuki's. I like the little bit different ones. So I've kind of gotten on that kick a little bit. There's 4 of these. We'll open up the back. I think one of them's at the back. But also in here, and this trailer's not as impressive as the other 2. The other 2 are gonna blow you guys' mind. There are 2 Takates, Kawasaki's. Christian doesn't even know which way to point because he didn't know what I'm talking about. One in red. I've never seen a red other than pictures. And one in green. The green is very original down to the original tires. That is a US 90, my favorite bike. It is very much weirdo-ish currently because it's a lot of different colors. You guys will see a full restoration on that one. Maybe this weekend because I have everything ready for it. This is the carcass of a US 90. Balloon tire. It's an Ohatsu Oats tire. Rolling on 3.5s. 22 by 3.5. Look how small the rim is. That is the tire. It's a balloon tire. Crazy. That bike will have balloon tires on when it's done. This is just a carcass. I will also restore this one to full factory settings. Love these bikes. 1970, 1971, 1972-ish. They're very old. You guys, tonight or tomorrow, you're going to see something about these little zingers because I built my youngest daughter one, and she is probably going to possibly pee her pants, which is the whole reason we want to give it to her, so she doesn't pee her pants, because she's potty training. She's 2 years old and she's learning. So Blakely has done great. She had no accidents yesterday. I was going to give it to her yesterday, and I said, do you want a surprise tonight or tomorrow? She said, tonight. Tomorrow, Dad. I think I want my surprise tomorrow. And I was like, okay. She says, I'm going to do good tomorrow also. And I was like, even better. So this is the four-wheeler version of that. This is a 60cc two-stroke that should not have a kid on the seat of it because it's fast as fire. And it actually, this one doesn't have the kill switch. Yes, it does have the kill switch. I think that's the kill switch. It is. They're supposed to have kill switches. Most of the time the kill switch is removed and gone. Oh, that's AJ. Thought it was a customer. Shriners. Speaking of Shriners, Studs the Shriner flags, which I'm going to donate those to the Shriners because I don't want to lose them or get rid of them. We have a local chapter. Look at these bikes. The horns, the odometer. This one's missing some. One of them is a parts bike. This is probably it. The others are pristine as can be. Then you guys know 3x6. You saw the video about 3x6. If you haven't yet, I put 3 wheels on every corner of a 3-wheeler to make it a true 3x6. But that's a 3x6 Suzuki, one of the very first type bikes that we ever had, sitting next to a 230 Suzuki. Now I have 5 230 Suzukis because I said I didn't have one online, and now I have 5 because everybody's like, if mine goes somewhere, I want it to go to a good collection. And don't think that does not go appreciated, guys. Eventually, I won't be able to keep them all. I don't need 5 of the same bike, but I will keep the 1 or 2 of the best ones, and some will eventually be sold. Do not start reaching out about bikes for sale. They're not for sale yet. You will know when they are because Christian will put them online, and Christian will get a crash course in learning about 3-wheelers, of course. But that's a 4-wheeler. It's very similar to the bike that I always wanted, but I had the baby cousin to it, basically. So now I have 5 230s, and I'm excited to ride it. All of these bikes will be running. All of these bikes we will ride. Every one of them, that's something that I'm doing. Both my brothers can come over and ride anytime they want to. Their kids, I'm going to enjoy these bikes. I'm not a hoarder of them to put them away or make money. I'm a hoarder of them because I like them and because we're going to ride them. But look, before I touch these bikes, because tonight I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to get probably all of them running. It still has the sticker here. It's starting to come off a little bit where you shift. A little bit of wear, that's usually the boot rubs that off. It's still got the tensioner adjuster there. Why are those also usually gone? Because most of the time these things were running mud this deep. And when you come home, what do? You grab your pressure washer and you pressure wash it. My detail guy, my prior detail guy, my detail guy before that, my mobile detail guy, every one of them has got a serious tongue lashing at one point in time for effing up a side-by-side or a 3-wheeler or 4-wheeler of mine by using a pressure washer. That's never been pressure washed, more than likely, because it never went in the mud. It rode around on the street doing its little loops and everything that the Shriners do. Around here they ride go-karts. Up north they ride little miniature trains. Down south they ride the little miniature go-karts. This chapter rode 3-wheelers. So if you guys know where any more Shriners 3-wheelers are, I'm your man. I'd love to have them. They made them all matched. They put no logos on them, no stickers. I am going to do sticker kits on them just to make them a little more perfect. They had their logos here instead of having, actually it had their names there. Now looking at it, I'm going to put them back to the way they were. They took them all off, you know, kind of like UPS. You ever realize a UPS truck has no logos other than UPS? No Ford symbol, no Dodge symbol, no Chevy symbol. They said they want to buy them. They don't want to advertise for anybody else. I never realized that. You won't see any logoing other than a UPS decal on a UPS vehicle. Wait till you guys see the other trailers. You think this is cool? It's only a little sample of the last couple of days. Last couple of days, yes. Christian, stop shaking your head. Sorry. Your boss gets bored sometimes. When do I have bored time? I don't know. I don't know when the bored time happens, but there is boredom sometimes at like 2 o'clock in the morning when a text message goes off from somebody in California because it's only 9 or 10 or 11 o'clock there. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys that call us about your square bodies. Thank you guys that call us about your ATVs. ATCs. Thanks for all the different calls that come in every day. A lot of you guys just calling to say, hey, they watch the channel and love it. A lot of customers calling because they actually want to buy something. We do this channel because of you guys. We don't have the extra time in the day usually. I'd rather spend the time actually working on some 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers, but it is good, informative information for you customers and people that are searching. It also is good for customers that want to buy, and that's what we have to do. We are a business. We do have to sell vehicles because Christian does like to not work for free, and he doesn't want to hold a sign up in front that he's working for his lunch. But he hadn't missed a meal currently. But according to my instructor, Christian has lost weight. So good job. You got a compliment, Christian.
Hooray.
Yeah, I know it's hard for me to give those out sometime, but yes, you did get a compliment from Mr. Yule, which will not watch this video because he'll just ask me tomorrow, what was the video about? And I said, if you watched the video, I wouldn't have to tell you about it. He said, what else are we going to do for an hour while you're working out? I'm like, maybe listen to the radio. I don't know. But anyway, we got to get closed up. I guess we're pushing closing time now. Thanks, guys. If these and these square bodies do not put you back in time, and I'm probably living some midlife crisis, I can assure you the other 10,000 plus people that hit our social medias and our Instagram and our YouTube and our Facebook and our website daily, y'all are also living it with us because you love it just as much as we do, and we love bringing it to you. Got to get this. Matter of fact, this is the man I've been waiting for about these. Thanks, guys. Signing off.